back to another episode of the Miracle Marketing Podcast, where we bring you interviews from business owners, celebrity guests, and hot topics. I am your host, Brandon Adams, along with my co-host, super producer, Big Perryon. Big Perryon, what's going on in the ATL today?
Chilling. It's a beautiful day, bro. How about out there?
Today is kind of gloomy, but we've been having 75 degrees the past few days here in Vegas. So I have been outside. I can't complain. It's been nice. So look like it might rain today though. But other than that, it's all good. So we're gonna bring the sunshine on to this show. We have a very special guest. But before I do that, I wanted to give a quick shout out to someone that did something very special for me on my birthday. She sent me a gift, and I wanted to thank her for sending my gift. Miss Marjan, a media outlet that I've been knowing for a while, sent this to me for my birthday. So if you viewers can see it, shout out to Miss Marjan. Be sure to check out her show, Conversations with Miss Marjan. And thank you for that. Really appreciate you. All right. So on today's show, we have a special guest. Man, she is on our Young Entrepreneur segment. She makes me feel like I'm lacking and I need to do more. We have on the show Miss Shania Muhammad. She graduated Summa Cum Laude from Langston University, holds a bachelor's degree in family, consumer science, and child development, is currently pursuing a master's degree. She has wrote a book, and at the age of 16, by the age of 14, she had already held 2 associate's degrees. At the age of 15, a bachelor's degree. She is now 16 and continuing her academic pursuits. Welcome to the show, Miss Shania Muhammad. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I am doing good. I'm really excited. Really excited.
Did I get everything in?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Let us know if there's anything we left out, because you're doing big things. I'm like, man, I need to step my game up.
Yeah.
Welcome to have you on the Young Entrepreneur segment. So tell me, how did you get 2 associate's degrees that young and a bachelor's degree?
So after 7th grade year, so from pre-K to 7th grade, I went to a regular school, just regular charter schools, homeschool, not homeschool, just public school. But after 7th grade, that was my COVID year. So I was homeschooled after 7th grade, and that's when my dad started homeschooling me. He recognized that I was a little more advanced. I mean, he always knew I was smart. My family did. I've always had like the outstanding award in class, but he realized like I could really take it somewhere. So we started focusing on the ACT prep and things of that nature. At 13, I got a really great ACT score that earned me $3.2 million in scholarships. So after ranking up on scholarships, I started actually seeing like what my options were for college, and I started my first college class at 13. So I was homeschooled throughout high school, so I can really expand my wings without limitation.
Okay, that's tell us about your book that you wrote as well.
So the book I wrote is called Read, Write, Listen, 13 in College, How I Did It. And it was always funny to me. I wouldn't even have to go into a room and really introduce myself. It would just be like, oh my God, you're that girl. And I'm 14 at the time. I'm 13, 14 years old. And all I'm thinking about is like, okay, I'm in school, but like, it's not that big of a deal. Man, it was crazy. So people always ask me, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? How'd you do it? So I wrote a book about just the basic things I did, like really taking it back to the basics of reading, writing, and listening from others with knowledge, and putting it in a book, creating that blueprint, and really sharing my story to the world. So my book drops this February actually. So I'm real excited.
Carry on.
Do you have any did you have any problems when you were in school with bullying because of your advanced IQ?
Honestly, it's real crazy. I never had a problem with my classmates. When I was 14, I was staying on campus, and I didn't tell anyone I was 14 for the safety of me. I looked like everybody else. I was everyone claimed me like a tall 14-year-old. I was 5'7", so I blended. So no one really knew, but my professors did, of course, because they saw my birth date and everything. So I did have some complications with my professors. But adversity comes with every path of greatness. So I was just like, this is just what comes with it. But I'm gonna keep pursuing, and you're gonna see me walk the stage and graduate. Ain't nothing you can do to stop it. So yeah, I mean, I have my little obstacles, but it ain't nothing. Ain't nothing.
How does it feel to be well, I look at it as a superpower,
Yeah.
because everybody's not, they're not as fortunate to move through school as fast as you did.
Hmm.
How I know there are no limits, but have there been any type of things that you haven't been able to access or do because of your age? Like some people, they're a stickler for age outside of you being smarter than them.
Yeah, most definitely there has been like internships and even some scholarships, fellowships that I wanted to be a part of, and I couldn't be a part of because of my age. But it only lasted so long because I did my first internship with Thurgood Marshall TQRP, and after that, at first they were a stickler about the age thing, but one thing I always believe is a no is just an undercover yes. So whenever I get a no, I call you. I'm done emailing now. Now I gotta call you. You gotta hear my voice. And so after calling them and having a conversation with them, and they realize I am 14, but I'm not your average 14-year-old. And I can articulate myself. I understand that I'm young, but I'm also meant to be in these spaces. I got a bachelor's like everybody else in this room. So I worked just as hard to get it. I just did it a couple of years earlier. So after explaining these things and having people advocate who worked with me, and they're telling them their behalf of me, a lot of people claim I'm really mature for my age. My students think I'm a whole grown adult. And I tell them I'm 16. They're like, "No, Miss Muhammad, you grown." I'm like, "All right, if you say so." So like, yeah, but most definitely I had some organizations that did, but I just had to, have them meet me by meeting me over the phone stuff. Yeah.
A lot of times it would be a lot easier for them to see, um, and I could imagine a lot of them would bend the rules, um, because I mean you have the qualifications to be in that space, and I think
Absolutely.
that's very beautiful. And I also think it's dope that you're not shy. You know who you are, and you push it. You know what I'm saying? So I
Absolutely.
think that's
And
dope.
yeah, absolutely. I tell people, I represent my intelligence with confidence. A lot of people met me and they're like, "Man, I thought you was gonna be a square." And I'm like, "What does that mean?" They're like, "Man, I thought you was gonna be like odd and all nerdy and stuff." And it's like, nah, I gets out on the dance floor. I love skating. I love having like
Wait,
social.
hold on. You said skating?
Oh yeah, I listen. I hit up skating rink all the time.
That's my passion. I'm always at the skating
Really?
rink and I'm always skating. Yep.
Yes, I love
Wow.
it. And so when people meet that side of me, it's just like, yeah, education is a part of my life, but it ain't my life. It ain't who it's a part of who I am, but that's not me. So everyone thought I was gonna be like this nerd introvert until I'm all up in your face asking you 1,000 questions. So yeah.
So
That's dope. That's dope. So I wanted to talk to you about your clothing because
Hmm.
you're the CEO of a clothing line called Smart Girl Clothing. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so
How
Smart
did
Girl
that come about?
So Smart Girl Clothing was actually it was actually a brand my dad had probably when I was 7 years old. And he always had this vision of smart boy and smart girl clothing. And I just took it on. And mind you, this was never like a thing that I knew I was going to do. It was just kind of happened. So our logo, I mean our slogan for Smart Girl Clothing is smart is the new cool. It kind of dives into what I was just saying. A lot of people think just because you're smart, you're weird, or just because you're smart, you ain't got no social life. And I wanted to kind of take us out of that because being smart is cool. Because in all honesty, who want to be dumb? Nobody. No one's raising their hand to be the dumb person. And so it's like smart is the new cool. And I wanted to be able to represent that in our clothing, represent it, wear it on our shirt. So I have shirts that's like smart is the new cool. I'm a future doctor. I'm a future lawyer. You know, I'm a future entrepreneur. And I wanted to create all these future like waves because who's saying it's not cool to do this? You know, you don't got to be an introvert or a nerd or someone who just all up in the books. It's just you still want to have a foundation of I am smart. That's a confident thing, you know.
So how can our viewers, if they wanted to buy any of your clothing, where can they find it at? Or, what kind of pieces do you have?
Mm-hmm. So right now I'm just doing t-shirts and I have our like I said our future slogan. So I have the I am a new lawyer, I'm a new doctor. I kind of have about 4 or 5 of them. They were going out for a while, but I did take pause on it because I started teaching and working my job and now I'm in my master's. So hopefully in February and March I'll be able to drop it again because things are blowing real fast. I'll be able to drop it again. They'll be able to just go to my link tree and my website will be all over, social media would be the best way.
That's great. I like that. Carry on.
Are you interested in tech, like AI?
Oh, absolutely. So it's real funny because my brother, he's a cybersecurity analyst, and kind of going to cybersecurity and like just the tech world has always been something I was interested in. So with AI, I use AI every day, and I teach my students how to use AI. I teach teachers how to use AI. I want to become an AI advocate. I want to become a Chat GPT advocate. These are tools that are meant to help us. They only hurt you if you allow them to. And so I want to kind of switch the perspective of, oh, AI is bad, AI is going to take over, to it's a robot. A robot is programmed by humans, which means whatever you put into it, that's what it puts out. So I want to be able to train and help individuals, shape their artificial intelligence, like artificial intelligence system so it could be the best for them. Like I use ChatGPT as my assistant. And a lot of people don't know you could set them up as that. So
Slow,
being able to kind of,
slow that down again. Say it one more time because I missed what you said it was.
I said I use ChatGPT as my assistant.
Okay. What is that?
Mm-hmm. So basically, like anything I have, it could be emails, number, like saving a phone number, creating my schedule, creating my lesson plan, creating a plan for my speech. I use ChatGPT for everything, because it's saving me time, and I know it's going to be accurate because I done trained my ChatGPT to be that way. So understanding like you can use these resources in order to build greater things. I done got business ideas off of ChatGPT. I had a ChatGPT write a whole business plan that I won a $5,000 scholarship off of. Like, oh yeah, it go crazy.
Carry on. You're the techie on here. Is she speaking your language?
Man, I'm trying to get into coding, but I wanna create a system for people who may not be as computer savvy and but have ideas, great ideas for different apps and
Mm-hmm.
things that could help improve daily life for people, whether it's on their devices or just out in the general public. So I want to create a platform of um, that doesn't look just like you're putting together just an app for a website, but an
Mm-hmm.
actual working app on your phone or your tablet using no code.
Yeah.
So being able to use Chat GPT or something like that to create a platform where people can create whatever their imagination is for app. If I wanted to make a synthesizer for my phone, I want to be able to do it without coding, or
Yes.
create
Most definitely. Yeah. Simplify.
yes, just a way not to make everything so simple that people don't press into learning and developing that skill set, but just to create a platform for people to get their ideas out quickly. Because a lot of people, they may not have the resources for like a scholarship or the money to go to college or to a tech school to learn how to code.
Right.
But they have a lot of great ideas, and they may not have the avenue to be able to get them in front of the people who could create it, develop it for them, So I thought that would be a great idea for somebody to be able to create a platform of just coding whatever your idea is without using code. It could just be drag and drop, or
Right.
you put
Yeah.
in what you want to be, you know. Have you thought of anything like that?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Mine's had a lot to do with simplifying the education system. Like I'm dropping my e-course also. Everything's dropping in February. I'm taking advantage of Black History Month and I'm like, let's go ahead and drop the knowledge. So yeah, simplifying the education system. A lot of people they don't know how to fill out a application to where they're going to get accepted, or they don't know how to schedule their courses. It's like it is a complex system. They don't know how to get scholarship money. You feel what I'm saying? These are all things that's really accessible. It's just no one's really giving you the how-to on it. And so that's what I want to be able to do is simplify the education system. So it's like, oh, if you want to go to a HBCU, if you wanted to go to Harvard, here's a simplified way. I'm not saying simple doesn't mean easy, but it's simple. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah.
What
So
about virtual learning? Are
Oh
you
yeah.
into that, or do you do that?
Absolutely. So like one of my bigger goals like in the future is to create my own virtual academy. So right now I'm actually working on building my curriculum because I'm going to start my own school. And this school is going to be paired with trade school, military, trade skills, and dual enrollment. So I want to be able to pair with literally all types of HBCUs in order to provide dual enrollment for these students, whether they in fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade. I really want to start as early as fifth grade because that's when I saw my little brother was able to do college type work. And I was like, oh yeah, there ain't no limitations to this. So let's get started.
Yeah, I have a cousin named Ko Cates. He's a multi-platinum music producer, but
Mm-hmm.
he created a curriculum called Bridge the Gap, and cool curriculum with a Kool, cool curriculum. And I thought that was so dope where he teaches different things, whether it's about geology or geography or math.
Right.
He'll use music or different types of videos and stuff to teach, and then he has um, actual books, school books, and
Right.
he's gotten it into a few different schools around the world,
Wow.
in different places, even like in like Jamaica and the Bahamas and stuff. So I think that is dope. As far as coming into the digital age now, I think he's just transferring everything over digitally. So I think that'll be good, especially when we run into situations like pandemics and where a lot of people they're not going to be able to go to a brick and mortar
Right.
situation, what I'm saying, but be able to learn at home and to create curriculums um, where it don't necessarily take us out of the curriculum, like a lot of
Right.
places are doing. Um, they're taking us out, and most of people of our hue are a lot of the reasons why we have a lot of things in the world. A lot of world history
Mm-hmm.
is comes from us too. So I think that's very important to be able to create schools to help um, children of color to know who they are, where they come from, and to highlight people like yourself,
Right.
what I'm saying, to show them that you can be and do anything. There is no limit for you.
Not at all.
And regardless of your age, you just have to have the mindset that you can be and achieve anything.
Right.
I think it's
Shania,
very dope.
I wanted to ask you about your you say you teach class. Can you go into a little bit about that and what do you teach?
Oh yeah, so currently I'm America's youngest teacher. I'm a third grade teacher at an actual all private black school. So like this school is owned by a black woman, has all black kids. So it was really phenomenal. When she reached out to me and said, "Hey, I want you to be a teacher." And at the time I was 15. I said, "Really?" She said, "Yes, I want you to be able to teach third grade." So right now I teach all subjects because third graders don't have class periods like middle school. So I teach math, English, science, history, the whole nine. And that's when, yeah, it's really, really fun. I really love what I do. My students every day, they're like, Miss Muhammad, you walk in Black History, right? Okay, don't forget that. So they so pressed on me, making sure I know who I am. I'm like, I do. Yeah, but yeah, I love it. I love
Is there a
Are you
particular
in the Guinness? I'm
it.
sorry. Have they put you in the Guinness book yet?
We're working on it. We're working on it because right now there has not been any like allegation that there is anyone younger. So right now, this is like anytime I press, I went viral on the shade room for America's Youngest Teacher. No one was like, hey, there's this 15-year-old who's doing that. Nah. So it's like it seemed like I done made the cut. So I do need we are working on the America's World Worker for sure.
That's dope.
You heard it
Yeah.
here first on the Miracle Marketing Podcast. So Shania, is there a particular subject that you like teaching the most to your students?
Oh, absolutely. It has to be science and math. I feel like reading is just I don't feel like you teach kids how to read. You just guide them into it. Kind of like your language. No one's teaching English. You just kind of guide them into it and they adapt. So math and science is most definitely my favorite subjects to teach because there's all types of concepts. I just taught formulas today. And like I just love how easy, like it's simple. And I tell them it's only hard when you ain't focusing.
I don't know
It's
about
simple when
that.
you are. It's only hard when you ain't focused. If you ain't
I don't
focusing,
know
it's gonna
about
be
that.
difficult. That's it. Literally, if you focus and lock into what I'm saying, it's not gonna be that difficult. And so, that's not saying it won't present challenges, but you're most definitely gonna know a lot more if you're focusing. So yes, most definitely.
Okay. All right. So real quick, I wanted to circle back on something that you said. You
Mhm.
were saying that and you don't have to give everything away, but you were talking about how you can teach people, because I have teenage boys and they're transitioning into the college and all of that. So you were talking about scholarship money, how to get scholarships is easy. Can you touch a little bit on that?
Oh, absolutely. The main focus with getting scholarships and understanding like a scholarship is. It is it's money for you to go to college, understand what that is. But it's just the ACT score. Colleges have taken away the ACT score, saying it's not required to get into college. It's not anymore. At first it was, but now they done kind of tricked a lot of people into thinking, oh, I could get in, but I ain't getting it paid for it. One thing I push is debt-free education. Don't tell me, hey, you can get this bachelor's degree, you're just gonna be $80,000 in debt. I ain't cutting for it. You feel what I'm saying? So
I talk to
pushing
my sons all the time about not getting in debt. And
right.
I'm told I'm a hater.
No, 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 you're doing it right because I most definitely was not. No, I don't want to have a single dollar in debt. And right now I don't. So yes, it's just really focusing on that ACT score. And once you get your score, understanding how to leverage it. A lot of people think, oh, I got a 23 on the ACT and it's full ride says you need a 24. I find an email that person that's on that scholarship award let thing. And that's when I email them like, hey, I got a 23, but let me tell you my story. Next thing you know, I done got the scholarship offer because I'm not taking that and looking at that as my no. So you got to be really persistent in the scholarship world because there's always going to be someone with a higher score. There's going to be someone with a higher resume. I mean, a better resume. There's always going to be someone better, but they're probably not going to push for it as much as you are. That's what I learned how to do. I had to have the best score, or the best GPA, but baby, I mean, you're going to get about 10 emails from me a day. I'm going to get irritated.
Right. Yeah, and I would think that it would really push them toward accepting you because you show that you really want education. A lot of people are just doing it because they're following the footsteps of probably their parents or another sibling and stuff. But for somebody that's excited about learning, I think that it would just be easy for them to just help you get it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They would be more motivated to help you get it because that's what you're not going to be wasting their time.
Right, most definitely.
Mhm. That's definitely true. So I wanted to thank you again for being on the show, representing our young entrepreneur segment. What's coming up next for you? Tell our viewers, what can they be on the lookout for you?
So right now, be on the lookout for my book and e-course coming out in April. I'm not in February. And that's when I will be having my bookings open for you to book me for your next event. So I'm hopping into becoming a public speaker and an international public speaker because I just got booked in Africa. So
Oh, wow.
I'm really excited. We about to get started.
Oh, wow. That's great. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So where can people find you, follow you, all of those good things?
All right. For Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, it's Smart Girl Shania all across the board. So that's Smart Girl Shania. You're gonna find me on all platforms.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us and being on the show and representing our young entrepreneur segment. And we want to have you back on the show when you have your book out and anything else. Definitely come back and plug those things. And
Absolutely.
we appreciate you taking the time to be on our show today.
Mm-hmm.
Perry, you got
Thank you so
anything
much.
else?
Keep being great. Keep
Thank you.
striving to reach higher heights and
Mhm.
encouraging others
Of
to
course.
do the same.
Mm-hmm.
That's
All
great.
right. Well, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a great day.
All right.
All right.